The 9 to 5.
Miss Jay-Z. Not that he
ain't
gone anywhere.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And welcome to another episode of Marlon vs. Marlon. And I'm your boy Marlon.
And I'm your boy Marlon.
Join us as two childhood friends go back and forth, fight mostly, argue, debate, sometimes maybe even agree on everything from sports, pop culture, and everything in between.
All right, so today's episode, as we said last week, live calls the whole episode. So we'll try to keep them to 6, 7, 8 minutes. We'll try to keep them there. But yeah, so we'll have a few people on, a few guests. But yeah, we'll just get into really just everything that's going on. As you can see behind us, I think they're showing Tyler Hero right now. So, I mean, obviously he's been balling. But got Tyler Hero. You have Heat that are getting ready to come on now. Heat versus Lakers. Seattle Storm, I believe they just won the WNBA championship.
Sweet, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. Which we knew it was. A ton of baseball.
Sheesh.
A ton of baseball actually that's going on. So I mean, yeah. So we'll get all into it.
But before we get into it, man, I just want to let you guys know this episode of Marlon vs. Marlon is brought to you by the Jersey Junkyard. The Jersey Junkyard specializes in bringing the best in quality, reasonable prices for all your fan gear. We are committed to making your fan gear purchasing experience quick, enjoyable, and finding the exact right fit for you. So reach out to Jersey Junkyard 2020 on Instagram or Michael Newenswander on Facebook if you know him. Give the code Marlon vs. Marlon, hashtag Marlon vs. Marlon, and you'll get 10% off your order. Go get your fan. Like, if you watch this show, you're a sports fan. So go get your gear, jersey up, even if it's the sorry Cowboys like I did. I think you can see the jersey up front, man. Authentic, on the field, custom orders, everything. Marlon vs. Marlon, hashtag for the promo code, get 10% off. Shout out to Jersey Junkyard.
It's crazy because it's like you get promos and you listen to radio shows, you listen to just some podcasts even too as well, and they have those, so it kind of feels weird to do it. But I mean, I just think it's a super dope situation to be able to be in a position to, because we have certain people all over the world that actually listen, and that's not me just trying to pump us up. Like we can see people all over the world that actually listen. So
and I'll say this too, like, that's a company, like, that's my personal jersey that I ordered from Jersey Junkyard. So it's a company that I believe in. Mm-hmm. Orders take 7 to 14 days from the time and place order. Yeah. You get your jersey in a couple weeks. You'll be able to rock it. I can't wait. I think I'm getting a Derek Jeter jersey next for the Yankees postseason run. Okay. So I use it personally. That's the only reason we feel comfortable promoting it. So shout out to them, man. Great quality products, and I like to support my sorry Cowboys. Sure, we'll talk about that.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about my sorry Chargers. We're gonna talk about a lot. Coaches firing. Some coaches need to be fired. Dan Quinn. So we'll talk about all that stuff. Hunter, I hit you up to get on this episode, and you didn't hit me back. So I got some beef with you, Hunter.
Yeah. Lamb's been playing well. Granted, some of it's been when we're down by 30, but he's running nice routes, catching the ball. But today is our all call-in episode, right?
All call, yeah. So let's get right to it, because I mean, Lakers about to come on. We were supposed to start about 50 minutes ago, but light skin problems. So
let me just say, this was my first time being late.
First time this month? Yeah, first time this month. He's 100% right.
He is late way more than me.
No, I'm not. First time this month. Come on now. I have to set up everything. I set up everything right here. The only thing you do is set that up and push a button.
That's hard work. But anyway, our first caller today, I'm super excited. One of my closest friends, and somebody that I go to talk basketball, and just coaching sports in general. Former San Diego State basketball player, UCLA basketball player, head coach at Detroit Country Day, excuse me. Sports marketing guru, owner of Jace, 2017 San Diego Businesswoman of the Year. Sheesh. Wow. Sheesh. And co-host of new popular YouTube show, Pretty Privilege.
Yes, on YouTube.
So she does all this while being a mom. So Jerica Williams is going to be our first call in. and we're gonna talk some sports. I think she wants to talk coaching. She's a coach, so I think we're gonna talk coaching carousel around the NBA.
And I remember just in high school, just watching her hoop. I mean, she's definitely.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like speaking of that, like my first time ever like calling a game on air was one of her high school games. It was right after I graduated high school. I forget who they were playing, but obviously she was player of the game.
Wow.
And like I did the interview, I was all nervous. It was my first time.
I mean, you call it any game, you're gonna be nervous,
right?
So
what's up, Jerica? Can you hear us?
Were you telling the story of my high school game?
I was telling the story about when I called your high school game for Kubroco, and you was player of the game. My first time calling the game. You remember that?
Yes, I remember that. That's hilarious.
So obviously, I mean, I'm super old, so that was a long time ago.
Yes, you are.
But I mean, you ain't but a few years younger than me. But anyway, let's jump right into it. Coach, I'm gonna call you Coach all episode today. So what do you think about the coaching carousel? Obviously, Doc got fired and rehired pretty quick. I know Ty Lue is a popular name for that Clippers job. What do you think? How do you think that's going to play out?
I feel like if the Clippers don't hire him, like I'm confused. It's kind of like who else would you hire? You know what I mean? Like you have somebody who has been in that locker room, obviously with the diabolical that was this NBA freaking playoffs. I don't know what happened with them. But you have somebody who can relate to the players. He obviously has the resume. I don't know why they wouldn't give him the job. I think that if I'm Ty Lue, though, I'm interested in the New Orleans job. I'm interested in that.
Ooh. That's a different one.
And that's the thing. Like with me, one thing I do like that, and I didn't even really think that wasn't a team that I didn't think he had on his radar. But obviously, Lakers was his first choice, but they weren't trying to give him the contract that he wanted, which was a 5-year deal. They offered him a 3, and he said he didn't want it. So I personally just thought it's a no-brainer, the Clippers. But when you look at a team like New Orleans, they're so young. You obviously have your foundation at that point. You will have some contractual issues coming up pretty soon with Brandon Ingram and all that stuff. So that's something you have to prepare for. But it's a very attractive job for sure.
That is. They're all young. I mean, really, it's the Lakers just in blue and gold uniforms, really. It's the old Lakers team with Zion.
Right, exactly, yeah.
But I think that, I mean, and he's still in the West. Like, the West is loaded. The West is loaded. So I feel like some of that, like, Doc, gets fired from the Clippers, goes to the East, and we're having this conversation, like, is Doc running from the West? Like, does he not want to compete in the West because it's so loaded? I don't know.
And I think yes, and I think that's a smart decision. But I don't think the East is going to be any easier for him. But my question is this, like, because I think that New Orleans job is really intriguing too for like a young coach and trying to establish it. Because if he takes the Clippers job, he has to kind of change a lot in that locker room at this point. Like we heard the dysfunction that came out afterwards, like they weren't on the same page.
Right.
But is it worth that dysfunction to have a team, like you said, in the West who's star power ready, as opposed to a team that's fighting for an 8 seed at this point with the Warriors coming back, so maybe a 9 seed right now? What do you think?
Right. That's a great point. I think that if you have the opportunity to be in LA and you have the opportunity to have star power with the Clippers, like, then you need to do that. You know what I mean? Like, if that's somewhere where he could be for a long time, and the Clippers are, I'm a Kawhi fan, and if under the right leadership, that talented team, I believe that they can make it to the Western Conference Finals next year. Is it going to be hard or whatever? But I think under the right leadership, he would do it. And I don't think that anywhere else, he's really going to have that same type of prestige. Like, why not be the person to put the other LA team on the map who has never won a championship? Like, why not do that?
Right. And then also, too, just speaking of championships, we just seen Seattle Storm just sweep, and I think they won.
Them out. I
know. And that's the thing. I've always said it on this show. Brianna Stewart is one of my favorite players. I honestly think she could go down as one of the best players of all time. I know it's saying a lot.
I think she will.
But she's – and it's just crazy to see. Before she tore her Achilles, I mean, she was already playing at an elite level. She goes down, obviously. She's out all of last year. She comes back. She looks better than what she's looked before. And Marlon, you said it. She's essentially like the female version of KD.
Yeah,
So
I think like, and I hate to compare women to men all the time, but I feel like she's the female version of KD. And, Diana Taurasi's at the end of her career now, but for the longest, I kind of felt like she was that female version of LeBron. Like, just the taller point guard. And that's what I mean. Like, the passing ability, obviously, there's not the same athleticism there, but
she's like,
the passing ability, the way she sees the game, the way she plays the game, so cerebral at that point guard spot, and just her big play moments.
Wait, so Marlon, you said that you feel like Breanna Stewart could go down as one of the best players of all time. The best basketball player, like one of the best basketball players,
female,
period, of all time.
Well, female, not.
Or
she sucked you in. She got you where she wants you now. No, answer the question.
What? No, I think she could go down as. I mean, I'm not comparing her to Jordan or nobody like that, but I'm just saying her skill set. She's stop. I'm talking. Sure, with her. Hold on, y'all ain't about to gang up on me on my show. Hold on now. All I'm saying, I'm just a big fan. I think she could go down as one of the best players to ever play the game. That's all I'm saying.
The best female player to ever play the game.
Well, yeah,
you have to put that in there if that's what you mean.
Bro, she's gonna be the best player. One of the best players to play the game. Simple as that. I mean, whenever you're saying, it's like when you try to factor and say LeBron's the best player to ever play the game. You don't necessarily factor in WNBA players at that.
Well, so let me put a little backstory to it. Like, and shout out to Pretty Privileged, her show on YouTube. Like, this was one of the conversations, and we'll have this conversation when you get back on, Jerica. But when talking about like comparing female to male athletes, coaches, all kinds of things, like why can't we see a female coach in the NBA, right? So and this isn't the topic for today because we'll be on the show for 2 hours. But that's something we're going to touch on when we get her and her other co-host Megan on for a different episode. And we'll talk about
Wait. I have a question just on that, and then y'all can move on to your next caller. But best player of all time. So I was thinking about this. Serena Williams, right? Is he not in the conversation as one of the greatest athletes of all time, male or female?
Yes. And because you said in the conversation, now we can have the conversation, but she's definitely in it. Like, it's.
And would she only be in it but that's what I'm saying. So is it, no, she's the greatest female athlete of all time, or do you put her in that category with Michael Jordan because of her elite ability and her length of time that she has been great? Does she get in that conversation with the LeBron James?
I think she does. And I'll say this, because I also think Tiger Woods is in that conversation. And the only thing that really separates us men from women in these conversations is athletic ability, right? Like Serena isn't doing the 360 windmill. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's really the only thing.
Could she beat a male tennis player?
Probably, or at least compete. I don't know.
She can beat half the people in the French Open right now. I mean, just throwing that out there.
And the reason I throw Tiger Woods in there is because the sport he plays is one, an individual sport, and two, a sport that doesn't take necessarily a lot of athleticism. And so if I put him in there, that's why I'm able myself to put Serena in that conversation.
Interesting.
Because I don't think she's one of the best female, like athleticism. No, she's not athletic enough to be.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Yeah,
it means that LeBron.
Let's gang up on him.
It means that LeBron is 6'8", runs a 4.340, and weighs 260 pounds.
So because she's
not matching up.
But I can take that and put it in football. I can take that and put it in baseball. I can take that and put it in anything.
Okay, no. The greatest athlete, like obviously in your sport, not like can you go do 1,000 sports.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
Like based on what you do, the greatest.
And that's why I put the Tiger Woods thing in there, because I think he's in the conversation too. But what he does doesn't
Tiger's not that athletic.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't take any athleticism to play golf. Like you see, Phil Mickelson isn't athletic.
Right, but he's won so much. Like Tom Brady. Like if I'm talking about Tom Brady, then I have to talk about Serena Williams. Just how long she's been winning.
Sustained excellence. One of my arguments for LeBron.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right.
Oh Lord. No.
Hey, but shout out your show real quick. I want to make sure everybody knows how they can watch and follow you guys.
Yes, YouTube.com/prettyprivilegedTV. So basically, it's two decent looking women that know sports.
Humble too. She's humble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, we just two ugly dudes call this sports.
But the pretty privileged part, and we can talk about this next time, like the pretty privileged part is like, hey, some people will look at us and like, wow, you guys know a lot for a girl, or we wouldn't think that you would be so into sports and you're a girl, or hey, can I put you one-on-one because I think you look good, but oh, and you like basketball, right? And so it's like there's that part of it, and then there's the part about, well, like, how do we maneuver in a male-dominated industry, right? So we get to be in some rooms, or maybe we get to climb a ladder a little bit faster because of the way we look, not necessarily what we know. And so how do we have these advantages that people can maybe like look at us and see and assume? Because when you say pretty privilege, obviously you're thinking about the privileges. But in our experiences, just in maneuvering in this male-dominated industry, there's a lot of disadvantages too that people don't necessarily talk about. So using our privilege, obviously, to get people to tune into the show, we definitely plan on talking about it from all angles.
I like that. That's dope.
Nice,
That's dope.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, Jerica. Obviously, we're gonna bring y'all back on again, do like a full-in type episode. But I appreciate you for joining us. Tell Megan we said what's up.
Man, thanks for having me.
All right. Have a
fun,
good one.
guys.
Appreciate it.
All right, bye.
Yeah, we definitely not having people tune in for our looks.
I mean, one of us, you know what I'm saying? Just got haircuts today. I need to take this hat off. But go ahead.
Maybe 10 years ago. Just saying. All right. And yeah, Chad, you're a fool, man.
Chad, you're not wrong, though. Shout out to Diana Taurasi. She's my GOAT.
Yeah.
Skylar Diggins, woo! I would have proposed to her. I didn't meet her in time.
I mean, and Mom, yeah, I know we got the basketball behind us. See, he was late because I'm trying to be done by 8:15, so I can. But obviously, that's 9 minutes from now. So here we are. We got to wrap it up. We got a ton of calls to get through. So
are you gonna tell your mom you never been late before?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
So
now we got the next guest coming. I got a surprise for you too. A surprise guest. That's
Twitter beef. Are you going to talk about my Twitter beef again?
No. That was last week. Okay. That was last week. Yeah. So, but we have our favorite Eagles fan, and he joins the show now, and it's good because I was just like, hey man, you want to talk about some Eagles and this and that, and he was like, I mean, I can only rip the Cowboys so much, and it's so easy this and that. So he wants to get into some other stuff. But anyways, what's going on, Carlin? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How y'all doing?
Man, we chilling, man. It's first place Eagles. How does it feel?
I mean, it's week 4. I'm not getting happy about week 4, but it's just.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I got 6 DMs right now. First, he tried to tell me he didn't watch the end of the game, so he didn't know what happened.
I didn't that game finished. I didn't get to finish it.
See. And then I seen a post on Facebook where he got his jersey on. He's excited, and clearly he saw the end of the game. They're in first place, though. Shout out! I'm picking the Eagles to win the division.
Oh man!
See, Marlon says whenever the season doesn't go well, Marlon says that just because he doesn't want to make the playoffs and then lose and have to explain to everybody, especially on this show, why they lost. So he just wants to just say, I don't even want to make the playoffs so they can win the division. And then
Carlin. And Marlon and Carlin, right? I have been saying since they cut Earl Thomas, actually since 2 seasons ago, that we should go get Earl Thomas.
Yeah.
And then Jamal Adams came available, and I said we should go get him. And now again, he's a free agent again. I said we need to go get him. And now we have the 3rd worst defense, offense-wise, total offense, 2nd worst rushing defense, and worst points allowed defense. Like, I've been saying this for 3 years that this was a problem. So I don't know why.
So you're telling me Earl Thomas is going to solve all those problems?
No, listen. This is what I'm saying. Whether it's Earl Thomas, whether it's Eric Reed, whether it's Thomas Jefferson, Dago, shout out. I think they need a solid veteran in the back end of that defense to hold everybody accountable and to make plays.
That's one player.
No, I understand that, but I also think that one player can change things. Can change. Look at the Heat. Jimmy Butler come and change the locker room. Like, I think that matters.
Basketball and football are two completely different things.
Not when we're talking about one side of the football.
Because you can put LeBron on any team and they're great. You can't put one defender on any defense and make them great. It doesn't. You need D-line, you need linebackers, you need corners. Like, Earl Thomas, he can't help you guys a lot, but it's deeper than that.
For the last 2 years, our defensive line and our linebackers have been fine.
They have?
Yeah. Check it. We've had DeMarcus Lawrence, who's been in the Pro Bowl. We've had Jalen Smith.
Well, you can't really. You're not gonna bring up Pro Bowls.
Why not? Since he got paid.
Who?
Has DeMarcus Lawrence, has he been good since he got paid?
Yes.
I don't think he's been good this year or last year, but that's me.
Oh, well, you're an Eagles fan. You don't think anybody on my team has done well. Just like I don't think anybody on your team is good.
No. I think you guys. Robert Quinn to me last year was you guys' best D lineman.
That's cool. And which one of them made the Pro Bowl?
That's fine.
Pro Bowl's votes.
But I'm
like, you're not gonna that's what I'm gonna step in. Like, who cares about the Pro Bowl? That's votes.
Who cares about the Pro Bowl?
That's fan voting.
Who cares about the Pro Bowl? Are you really asking me that?
Fan.
Bro, yeah.
Whoa.
Fan votes.
To a Pro Bowl.
What'd you say?
Mitch Trubisky and I'm sure Blake Bortles has made it to a Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl is not what it used to be.
And all the best players in the Super Bowl. So we're not gonna sit here and like try to uplift Pro Bowl like it's an MVP award.
And I'll just say this. I'll say this since we don't think a secondary player, and Mike Newenswander, defensive guy, said the same thing. He will make a world of difference. He throw him in the deep. But just look at Deion Sanders when he went from the 49ers. He went to the 49ers. They won a Super Bowl. Then he came to the Cowboys the next year, won a Super Bowl in 95 and 96 or 94 and 95.
Exactly. Chad said everybody makes Pro Bowl. People opt out. But anyways, go ahead.
Everybody doesn't. But I'm saying anyway. It matters for their contracts. If it didn't matter at all, if it was just about votes, it wouldn't give them more money on their contracts. But what I'm saying is our front seven has been fine. But when you're giving up 50 and 60-yard touchdown passes regularly, that isn't on your defensive line can get there fast enough.
Yeah, you can put that on your D-line for creating. Here's my thing, Marvin. There is a reason why Earl Thomas got released, and there's a reason why he's not on the team right now. He's a name. He's not as good as he used to be. That's all I'm saying.
So when I say he made a Pro Bowl last year, that doesn't mean anything to you guys. But that's fine. That's fine.
Let's not talk about Pro Bowl anymore.
Okay, let's talk about Pro Bowl anymore.
They signed him to 2022 last year in that playoff game. Do you remember that?
Say it again.
Do you remember what Derrick Henry did to Earl Thomas last year?
No, I remember what Derrick Henry did to a couple of teams last year, though. He led the league in rushing.
Yeah.
He was the reason the Titans made the playoffs.
Right.
What else do you want me to say? Like, you're not telling me that Sanders from the Eagles did that to Earl Thomas.
Here's my thing on Earl Thomas. Yes, he's a great name. Yes, he was a great player. But there's a reason why the Seahawks let him walk. There's a reason why the Ravens felt fine letting him go. There's a reason why he's still in street clothes right now.
Yeah, and there's a reason why the Ravens went on primetime TV and got embarrassed. Just like what we're saying about Derrick Henry, what Derrick Henry really did last year in the playoffs to the Ravens was keep the ball out of Lamar Jackson's hands. If we really want to be honest, what he did in the playoffs.
Earl Thomas isn't that good anymore. But what's the next topic, guys?
It's up to you.
Hey, so obviously we have the finals showing behind us. Were you the ones that thought that it was going to be like a clean sweep, or did you think the Heat had actual chance?
Negative. My thing was the Heat. They're not a sexy team, but they're a team that everybody plays defense. They got 5 wings who can guard anybody. They can switch. They play hard. They got guys who want in the trenches, and then they can shoot the 3-ball. So they can win a game just off the. Jimmy can have a bad night. Robinson can go off. Hero can go off. You know what I mean? Crowder, he can have games. So I had Lakers in 6.
Same. I did the same thing. It's just a team that, and I think it was after game 1, everybody was like, it's done, it's over, sweet, blah, 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 blah. Some people were like, oh, yeah, I picked 5, but now I got 4. And I'm just like, it was something about it. I was just like, this team can still win. Obviously, you lost one of your best players, and you lost a good role player, but still, obviously, Bam is back tonight. But it's a team, and I honestly think we got a little too comfortable. And shoot, Jimmy I think he didn't even make a 3-pointer with scoring 40 points. So
yeah, he don't even shoot threes no more.
He don't.
But that's one thing I did want to talk about. So I posted, could the Lakers win a game? Could the Lakers win a game in this series without AD and Kuz? And I just want to see what people said. I think like 70%. I think 70% said no, that LeBron wouldn't be able to do it, and MP hit him,
wouldn't.
and he just laughed and was like,
Tell him what I said, bro.
Against the Warriors when Dellavedova was the second best player.
I don't think people remember that, bro. We're so dismissive of
2016,
LeBron's greatness. It's almost disrespectful, bro. Like, and that is a great question because he has leaned a lot on AD this year,
a lot.
But to say he can't do it is ridiculous because I've seen him beat a better team with less.
But also too, he was also younger and he could do more. Now LeBron,
3 years ago,
it's a long time. LeBron is getting older.
I think right now if LeBron had to play one game without AD and Kuz, I think he could go for 50, 12, and 12 like he's accustomed to doing.
Hey, and why do you think that? Because you've seen it before, right?
Yeah.
And the same reason I don't bet against Tom Brady. I don't care that he's 40. I've seen him do it.
All right. Hey, Carlin, last thing and I'll let you go. I know last week we pretty much argued the whole show about not comparing LeBron to Jordan, but who do you got? LeBron, Jordan?
Well, here's the thing, man. My answer is going to be so cliche. I think LeBron can go down as the best basketball player ever. He can go down as the best. But to me, MJ will always be the greatest.
Okay. All right.
And you can't, like, for me, that's not really, you can't argue. I agree. I don't disagree, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All around basketball player, LeBron is going to have more points, more rebounds, more assists, blah, blah, blah. But everybody's always going to throw up his finals record. And greatness, great moment, greatness, you got the last shot, you know what I mean? Flu game, I'm going greatest player ever. For me, it'll probably always be Jordan.
Okay.
Hey, and I again, I'm just going to say this, right? I'm glad you brought up the greatest shot. Like, because this is what I'm thinking, right? 20 years after LeBron's done playing, and they're only showing his highlights. Because Jordan had some moments he wanted to forget, too.
Yeah.
But we're not living in those moments. And they didn't show him on The Last Dance, because that's not what The Last Dance is about.
You're not, yeah.
So when you know, LeBron, when MJ's 40 years ago and LeBron is 20 years ago, and all we're looking at is their highlights, I think we're going to be able to say a lot of the same stuff about him, too.
And you already know he got filmed. Like, I feel like just with, because even Kobe had, you know, the Muse, so he had cameras filming all around him. You'd be crazy if you don't think LeBron had stuff way like 10 years ago, just camera crew watching. So whenever LeBron's a little bit older and he's ready to drop that, we're going to remember then, because we're going to.
One thing I can say about LeBron is I think he's the only player in like this newer generation who like exceeded the expectations of being like a high school player, and you know what I mean?
Which is hard to do.
And yeah, like what they're doing, like they're making it impossible for Zion to be a great player. How they already is he gonna be better? Like there's not gonna be many people ever better than LeBron. So how are you gonna compare Zion already to LeBron? Like,
and at least and LeBron and this is the last thing, and we'll let you go. But LeBron, when he came to the league, he never really had a jump shot. So seeing him develop and just looking at Zion's like build. I don't know that I can see Zion ever getting anywhere close to a jump shot that LeBron has, but he's still young, so we'll see what happens. But Zion is just
and Zion's a powerful.
He's a big dude. He's a big guy. So it's like when you compare the two, yes, he's box office all-star, this and that, but he's.
We're
not talking about all-stars because that's fan votes.
To Blake Griffin
it is.
Or something.
Exactly. So
I think that's more fair.
Right.
I got one last one. It'll be quick. I just need a yes or no answer from you guys.
Let's go.
So a Laker fan told me, I ain't gonna say his name, I'm gonna put him out like that. He told me that he would rather face the Heat with Bam in the lineup than with him sitting out because of Kelly Olynyk.
Yep.
100%.
I was gonna bring that up later in the show, but
You guys are crazy. Y'all feel the same way?
Hey, wait. Let me just, and I'll say it now, and I won't say it again later, so we don't double up. But I'll say this: what Kelly Olynyk allows the Heat, he had 17 last game. Mm-hmm. Most of it coming from the perimeter. But what we did, like you said earlier, Jimmy Butler doesn't shoot threes, so he's in that mid post a lot. When Bam Adebayo's in the game, that's 2 more bodies in the paint and around Jimmy Butler in that mid post. Kelly Olynyk spreads that open, and gives Jimmy Butler the room to work.
Right.
With Bam Adebayo, he doesn't have a jump shot, so he's all post. He's all post and rebounds, so he has to be down there.
Right.
So that also brings Dwight. That also brings AD, whoever's in the game at that point.
Right.
And so it shrinks the court for Jimmy Butler. So I do think, bro, that matchup wise and defensive scheme wise, obviously I think Bam Adebayo is a better player for the Heat.
Right.
But I think in this series and how it looks, like when they were most successful, it was because that floor was so spread out.
Last point, Carter.
Logically, I get what you guys are saying, but Kelly Olynyk, I feel Bam in game 5 or 6, whatever that was, closeout game, he went 32, 12, and 5. Kelly Olynyk's not doing that. Bam has the capability. Bam can win you a game.
Hey, Bam's effort and his skill set, I love, bro. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is,
he can make plays. He can take the ball out of Jimmy's hand. You want your best players on the court.
Hey, but you want your best player. You want the ball in the best player's hand. They scored 125 in that game, 115 in game 3 of this series, and it was because Jimmy Butler. Like if Bam scores 30, that's taking shots from Jimmy.
But the thing is, with playoff series and stuff, people take too much into one game. Like Marlon said earlier, game 1, everybody thought it was going to be a sweep. In the playoffs, it's one game and forget about it. It's on to the next game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I've seen Bam be consistent the whole year. I've seen Kelly Olynyk score 20 points in one game and not score no points the rest of the series.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Hey, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying what I think and we'll see today. It'll show a little bit tonight.
And on top of that, I wanna beat you at your best. I want what you feel, your best players on the court. I don't want to hear everybody. Some people are already trying to say the winner of this gets an asterisk, and it's like, no. For one,
those are fans of teams who aren't in the playoffs anymore.
Right, and mentally, it's so hard for you to be in there and be tough and not sneaking.
LeBron ain't seen his family in 4 months, bro. Don't tell me about this easier than something else.
Exactly. Happy birthday, Bronny.
Yeah, his son. He just missed his son's 16th birthday. You're not telling me that this is easier than somebody. Come on, bro.
Right. Hey, Carlin, man, we appreciate you for coming on, man. And this is just motivation. Carlin's actually cooking up a podcast, so So I'm gonna be on you, man. We almost didn't do this so many times, and I mean, we still just having fun with it, and we year in, so but
I appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me on.
No problem, man. Hey, your very first episode, you got to have Marlon versus Marlon on.
Hey, got to.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right, y'all go.
All right, you too. Yeah, Damien, you another one too, man. I hit Damien up. He didn't hit me back. Probably taking naps because he's so old.
I'm still trying to get concealed carry questions answered from Damien from 4 months ago.
Yeah,
I already done passed the class and everything. Now it don't even matter.
Yeah, man. Forget Damien.
If you're a player that needs the ball in the hands, 1-on-1.
Hey, Damien, you're not about to be typing all these paragraphs and stuff. If you want to have a conversation with us, call in.
Hey, but he's right though. What he like Jimmy Butler was in a crazy rhythm last game, and the more offensive threats you put out there, shrinking the court again, it takes him out of his rhythm. He got to have the ball in his hand. That's why he didn't play well or play as well with Karl Anthony Towns. He didn't play as well with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons because those guys are ball dominant, and so is he.
I liked him in Chicago but I mean, obviously that team wasn't gonna work with D Wade. With D Wade's one of my, him, Melo goes up there as one of my favorite players. And now we got somebody else calling, joining. He was actually one of the ones that joined us. It was about maybe 3-4 months ago, but it's been way too long, and I haven't seen him in a minute. So next time we need to plan something out and get some drinks together. But what's going on, Sid? How you doing?
I'm good, brother. How you doing, man?
Man, we good, man. We good. So,
Marlon, what's up, bro?
What's up? Thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, man, no worries. How you doing, brother?
I can't complain. Well, Marlon been mean to me today, but other than that, we.
See, now here's the thing, Cedric. I know you. We dark skinned, so we're always on time. Always.
Hey, well, yeah, I don't know about all that.
Hey, come on. Whose side are you on, man?
Hey, I'm going to be honest. We've been late a couple times to start this show. And it ain't always been my fault. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna say it's been his fault, but it ain't always been
I gotta
my fault.
set up everything. I gotta do all the work. But anyways, I'm gonna just hop right into it. Just kind of piggyback off of the last call that we had. Jordan versus LeBron. Is there any comparison? Who you got? Who's number one?
Man, I've been seeing some amazing stuff out of LeBron James, and so for me, it's very difficult to identify that, because I lived through the Jordan era, right? So
Right. Yeah. You're a little older than me and Marlon. So yeah.
But LeBron, what he's doing right now in this era against that caliber of talent, you can't like deny that, man. That guy's amazing.
Right.
And to be at that crest, let me use the word crest, for as long as he's been, I don't see how you don't say or have a conversation about GOAT James. So that's just me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No. I mean, you're good, and it's really just a lot of just going back and forth. And I think this was around quarantine time, and I feel like it was obviously with everything that's going on in the world, you obviously couldn't go and travel and do what you wanted to do. So every Sunday you look forward to The Last Dance, and we were fortunate enough to get 2 episodes, and a lot of people, just like you said, there's a lot of things that LeBron's doing now that we're going to forget about. Like the last caller just brought up Dellavedova. It's like people forget about stuff like that.
He had Dellavedova as a starter.
People forget about that stuff. So it's like, but just Jordan was able to drop it and give us this treat around the time where we had nothing to do. We had just time to sit and watch, and just like you were just going down memory lane because you obviously you grew up in that era where we were little kids, but you're not that much older than us, but still, you were.
We got responsibilities, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, and you really can't discredit it. 10 finals, and I mean that's just it's crazy.
No, I mean, and so not to wash anything that Jordan's done, because Jordan has been my fair opinion the greatest for the longest run. But man, you just can't. There's so much talent in the league right now. I don't remember there being so many top tier players in the NBA. Obviously, we've gotten more intelligent as adults. But man, I don't remember the NBA being so saturated with really, really good quality players on so many different teams that you face that far in the finals. Now people go like, "Oh man, what about Detroit? They were stacked, so on and so forth." I get it, but it's just.
Hey,
now that's my mindset. Go ahead.
But that Detroit team also beat Mike a lot.
Yeah, they did. They really did.
Yeah.
But Mike started getting some pieces later on, man.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's the toughest part about this one-on-one debate about Mike and LeBron. Like they're playing a team sport. You know what I'm saying? This isn't Andre Agassi versus freaking
or just even
Roger
tennis.
Federer.
Golf.
We're playing a team sport, and regardless of greatness, like they depend on. Like Carlin said earlier, our last guy was like, it's a basketball. One guy can change the outcome of a game. And I'm like, yeah, but still, you have you're relying on whether it's a center to rebound or a wing defender, like a point guard. Like you still need these things to be successful in basketball.
Yeah. Like one guy can't change the outcome of the game, not with certain other things. At least being at a certain level of existing during the game.
Right.
You can't have one guy dominate the entire game when you don't have an ounce of defense.
Now,
you can't do that.
I'm going to ask you this. Now, we obviously saw the 2 games last night. And there's one thing, too. I honestly love having 2 Monday night games. I do think if the times were right, it will be perfect. Because the first week, you get 1 game, and obviously we're Central Time, so you get that 1 game that's about 6, 7-ish, and then you get the other one that comes on at 9, a little bit later.
Right.
But I feel like here, we're with obviously with the COVID scare and all that stuff, that's perfect for me. But as far as the timing of the 2 Monday night games, so we should. I mean, it's good. You flip over and watch the other one, but just seeing how I'm gonna ask you about the MVP race. We see what Russell Wilson's doing. We see what Rodgers is doing, and I think a lot of people forget what this guy named Patrick Mahomes is is doing just because of what Rodgers, Wilson, and even Josh Allen's doing right now. So who do you have right now as far as possible MVP candidates?
Man, you can't take anything away from what Russell's doing right now. I think Russell's cast supporting him is decent, but I mean there's a strong comparative difference between a cast like Seattle versus a cast like Kansas City. First off,
for sure.
And Patrick is what now?
For sure. No, we're just agreeing with you. Even Buffalo.
No.
Buffalo's receiving core is better.
But Patrick Mahomes, man, the thing is he's so electrifying to watch.
It's crazy.
And you know, I enjoy watching that. I think for me, I got Russ right now. You know, pretty boy, hair bonnet Russ. I got it.
Now, some would say this: Aaron Rodgers is doing more with less because Devontae is obviously out. You do have a great running back in Aaron Jones. You got a backup at Jamal Williams, and you have some of these no-name guys that are getting brought off the practice squad. There's a guy last night that scored 3 touchdowns, and he just got bumped up off the practice squad. So there's a case for Rodgers, and also too there's a case for Josh Allen. When you see a guy like that, I mean, he's obviously you have Stephon Diggs and some other weapons and role players, but I mean the undefeated Bills. I agree. I love Russ, but you can't discredit what those guys are doing too.
I think Russ will be my week 4 MVP if that means anything.
Right.
Because I'll say this: outside of Tyler Lockett, I don't know if Rodgers is doing more with less. Because like you said, I'm taking Aaron Jones over Carson, and then you got the guy with 2 names, his receiver. He's a second-year guy, just like DK Metcalf is. They're both second-year guys in the league.
But you'd pick Metcalf way before you pick 2-name guy.
I would pick his size and athleticism over him, yes. But as far as wide receiver ability and running routes and catching the ball, we saw Metcalf make a lot more drops. We saw him make that bonehead play against the Cowboys last week or 2 weeks ago. So I'm not, and I'm going to think of his name. I apologize to that guy.
Something Scantling.
Yeah, exactly.
Like but Rada Scantling.
But I think he probably had a better rookie season than DK Metcalf did. But I mean, Aaron Rodgers. I've said this till I get blue. I like him over Tom Brady. However, Tom Brady's Tom Brady. But as far as ability-wise, I like his ability. I'll probably take that over Tom Brady's skill set. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady's intangibles and what he's done, his career accolades, you can't argue that, though. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to sound disrespectful.
Tom Brady is just like a really good car that's reliable to get you there every day. Like, that's what makes Tom Brady so good, man. Like, Tom Brady, or made Tom Brady, not now, right. I mean, I think yes, some justice that made, but Tom Brady itself, in my opinion, like in that team was just like, or what he's shown us historically has been like he's just a fundamental guy,
right?
Like a guy that is fundamentally sound that's going to create and give you the exact same like fundamentally sound game, like good passing decisions. So on and so forth. Like he's not gonna give the ball up a lot. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna give his team the best chance to win, week in and week out.
Yes. But I will say this, and back to the Mahomes discussion earlier. Mahomes would have had Cameron been COVID gave the saved the Chiefs last night. I'm gonna give it to you right now. COVID-19 saved the Chiefs last night.
For sure. We can't now here's the thing, and I'm gonna interrupt you because I was the Chargers fan. We played them. We were up. They came back and won. But that defense isn't as great as it was a few years back. But
the Chiefs,
yeah,
right?
The Chiefs had never had a good defense.
They had somewhat of a decent defense in 2018. But for the most part, go ahead, Ted.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing. Go ahead, keep going.
That's really all it is. But
I would say I agree.
Yeah. And with Cam would have torched that defense, but Cam opens up that offense, but he definitely would have torched that defense.
So I got a question for both of you guys. Why was it that the Patriots had a COVID scare and their game got pushed back a day, and the Titans had a COVID scare and they got pushed back?
Only one person got affected from both teams.
So what I'm asking you is it because it was multiple? Was it because I feel like if I'm the Patriots, my one guy was more important than the 6 guys on the Titans. Mm-hmm. Why didn't we get the opportunity to push our week back? I don't know the answer to that, and
because I think they shut the facility down, and it was staff that had it too. So I think in total you had 18 or 16 people, 8 players, 8 people on the staff. So at that point they just shut the facility down, and that's why they had to go ahead and do the bye week. So I think they've handled that situation very well. Now, if you had multiple players on, because we know that
the Patriots had to shut their facility down too, just for the record.
Correct. But then everybody got tested. So the news broke Saturday morning. Everybody got tested and everything. Cam was the only one that tested positive. And then at that point, Sunday came around. They did more tests, and everything was good. And then they said, all right, well, we can go ahead and have that on Monday.
They actually. And they had half the team, like people who came in contact with Cam, I'm guessing offensive guys, rode one plane from a completely different airport, and the guys who didn't come in contact with Cam rode another plane from another airport. So
I didn't either.
Yeah, they took like amazing precautions, but as a coach, as a fantasy guy, like like that would be my question. Like, what does it matter if they're practice guys? Like, does it matter? Like, because that's my. Like you said, that's a different game yesterday.
Right.
If Cam plays.
It is. Yeah. Last point, Sid. Go ahead.
You can't. But so, what I was thinking was like, you know, what's going on with COVID is extremely. It is the stadium noise, right? Like the X factor right now that most of the time fans can create. I hate to say that, but you know how you go into a loud stadium like Seattle, and that can throw you off your game and whatnot. Like it's like this really is something that you don't see.
I've been saying that since week 1.
You can't really anticipate, but it as you know, has changed the entire narrative of the Patriots offense in this week.
Yeah, and I've been saying that since week 1 that we're going to see a lot of teams because there's a lot of 0-4 teams that are out right now. You have the Texans, the Vikings. I don't think they still have a win.
You can put the Cowboys in there too. We might as well be 0-4.
Yeah, but you guys, it's not the same with whenever a team comes to the Cowboys and play because
that's my excuse.
Okay,
That's how I'm coping with this.
But with Seattle and Green Bay, there's a lot of times you go into a stadium and it's that much harder to play. It's that much harder to hear yourself play or call audibles and all that stuff. And with Aaron Rodgers, he's taking advantage of these free plays, just with these early snap counts and all that stuff. So. Mm-hmm. But it's true. COVID is definitely helping some teams, and COVID is hurting a lot of teams. But other than that,
Cowboys, tell you that.
Right.
It's not. Yeah. Nothing is helping us right now.
Other than that said, we appreciate you for calling in. We're gonna get to the next caller, man.
Appreciate you, Seth.
Be good, man.
All right, man.
Good talk, guys. I'll be good. Bro.
Hey, you too. We'll link up soon. Yeah, I mean that's the same. It's the same thing, man. Like it's when you see that's. I don't think the Texans will be 0-4. Although their coach needed to go, but the Vikings is a team that they play decent at home. They were getting ready to win the division. I think a year or two ago.
They're always in
the race.
But I'll say this too. That speaks to the greatness of an Aaron Rodgers. That speaks to a greatness of Russell Wilson. Because even without that factor, like they say, 12 man this, 12 man this, are Lambeau Field this, the frozen tundra that.
Right.
Like. No, we can beat you without anybody in the crowd. Like, we're just that good.
Denver's another team, too, that we always go up there and we have problems. Sometimes it's a game that we should win and they have a losing record. But just like last year when they were super sneaky and were able to if they won out, they could have won the division or or make the playoffs or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of factors that come in. And, COVID helps people and COVID hurts some people. So
do they got a better record than you guys?
I think we're tied. We both got 1 win.
Hey, the 1-win club.
We do it.
See, I've come to grief with this season, and Marlon is there.
It's just, and I feel like with us, and I had all these people write me on Twitter. Oh yeah, Chargers this, Chargers that. They're about to win. I'm just like, I didn't even write back just because I know my team.
Smart.
And I know that we will find a way we'll find a way to mess around and lose the game. And on top of that, too, as well, we'll just find a way to blow it, as we did in Kansas City and now that we saw in Tampa Bay. But it is the GOAT, so I can't be too mad. But all right, so now our next guest we have, speaking of MVPs, she is a big Buffalo Bills fan, and she is, it's great. We don't see too many Buffalo Bills.
I know one.
Yeah. And so it's crazy. And it's crazy. She lives out here, too, out in Dallas. So, Clover, thank you for joining, and welcome to Marlon vs. Marlon podcast.
Hey, Marlon, what's happening?
Nothing much. I mean, I'm just...
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me on. Talk about the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills. I just want to say first, I picked you guys win the division. I still think you guys will win the division, but when it comes to the playoffs, I don't. If you guys don't get that bye, and I know they switched to playoffs this year, so
extra playoff team.
Yeah, it's an extra playoff team, and it's just a one seed gets. Oh yeah, so you guys might have a first round exit.
Yeah, we have to get at the top. So I think, I don't want to look past Tennessee. We don't know what they're going to look like this weekend,
right.
But the next test, of course, is Kansas City. They're coming to our house, so, if we can beat them, then I really think we're on the map.
Right. And also, too, I just think really there's a lot of teams that as we just said earlier, I don't know if you're listening on Facebook, but there's a lot of teams that actually benefit from COVID, and there are teams that are hurting from COVID. And
right.
And you could be any team, and if you just so happen to play better in some small aspects, you can win that game versus having to deal with the crowd and the defense and third and sixth, and you got this crowd roaring and stuff. So
I think though I like Buffalo's home field advantage. Their fans inside and outside of the stadium are crazy. So I do think that might hurt you guys a little bit in that matchup with KC in a couple weeks. But but I do like what you guys are doing this year. I mean, from last year when nobody thought Tom Brady was going to leave, I was thinking like this will be Josh Allen's year to kind of step up and take ownership of that division, like we've seen Tom Brady do for the past 15 years. So it's good to see you guys playing well. Stephon Diggs, huge asset. I mean, I got John Brown in my fantasy team, and I'm thinking about just releasing him because he's not seeing any action. And last year he was killing, and that's just a token to what they've done with that offense and how they kind of ratcheted it up a little bit. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's second in passing yards, so, of course, Dak is number one, but, Dak doesn't have as many wins. So
yeah, I love how you just slid that in there, so yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us today. No, you're right. I mean, we would take, I would much rather have the record than the yards. Right. So. And
then, Diggs is lighting up. He's tied with DK Metcalf for number one yards. At least that was as of yesterday. I don't know if any of the folks last night passed him, but, he's up there. So, I mean, they're rolling. I mean, Josh Allen is balling, and, it's about time.
Yeah, and I'm going to stop you right there because I'm still Josh Allen, yes, he's playing great. Record obviously perfect, but when I look at MVP, a lot of people are giving him credit. I don't agree with it. I'm just going to say that right now. But I look at as far as if I could rank it, I got Rodgers first, and I got Russ, and then I'll put Josh Allen right there. But he's just I feel like he will be great in the future. But as far as now, I haven't personally seen enough from him. When they came into the league, I honestly thought Sam Darnold was going to be better, but look at that. So
how many years has
I know, he's been a mess. I mean, he went to a mess. I mean, like you're saying, he's like really four good weapons around him. Mm-hmm. So, and you can't fool him. I mean, he can read defenses, whatever they put out, he can see it. So he's got Diggs. John Brown, Beasley, Cole Beasley, right? You can't cover him.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, you know about that.
Third down.
And then this rookie, Gabe Davis, he's a big target. He's our number 4 guy, and he goes to him a lot because, you can't cover everybody. So, I mean, he just got so many targets, whereas, like y'all were saying, I'm having a brain fart. Aaron Rodgers. He's got nothing. And, people hurt. Russ, of course, he's got some weapons too. But I think those two guys for sure are 1 and 2 in the race.
I think for sure Josh Allen in the season he's put forward so far, obviously it's only 4 weeks, but I think he's put himself in that top 3 for the MVP race. But I'll say this too. I mean, with Russell Wilson and what he did his first 2 years in the league, with what we saw from Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson their first 2 years in the league, like those are anomalies. So and like we're starting to look at that as the standard because Josh Allen in his second or third year in the league, this is really good. We're not used to seeing guys play this well in their third year in the league. It's just that we've seen those few standouts. Like Tom Brady wasn't even playing much his third year in the league. Like these guys, develop into what they become. So to see him this early, that's very promising for Bills fans.
Definitely. So, other than that, I guess that's Sprint for you.
Oh, cut her off?
Yeah.
Oh, Clover, sorry.
I know.
Sorry.
Now she's gonna think how they do on a radio show. They cut you off. So, but yeah, let me. Oh yeah, she's at the call drop. Yeah, it's all good though. So we'll definitely. We'll let her close it out. That's my fault.
No, I was gonna say he has like y'all were talking about Jordan and all, and I heard even that comparison with him as far as Jordan was cut in high school, and he from his basketball team, and he used it as motivation to get better. Where Allen was coming out of high school, nobody wanted him. He was like begging Fresno State to take him. They were not interested,
and they wanted Derek Carr though.
Yeah.
And there's even this picture floating around Twitter of Josh Allen at Derek Carr's quarterback camp, and Josh Allen was placed in a group of quarterbacks that they didn't think were that good.
Yep.
So look at the irony. He beat him on Sunday.
Exactly. That's
really
crazy.
cool.
That's crazy.
So he's but I mean, he's a great student of the game. He's really made everything he's been criticized for, he's worked on and corrected.
Right.
And he's got a different kind of motivation. Like I was saying, with Tyrod Taylor, we all love Tyrod Taylor for getting us to the playoffs. Josh Allen's just a different kind of cat.
Right.
He's gonna be I got to get to the end zone for a game-winning touchdown. I'm going to do it.
Hey, do you want Tyrod Taylor back?
No.
Okay.
I was going to say he did more for you guys.
Tyrod Taylor, he's going to be I'm just going to go through my reads and see what the defense gives me.
Exactly.
So that's why we're so excited. We got this real guy with some fire now.
Right. No, and I'm happy for you guys because it's with the Bills. I mean, it's been a long time coming for you guys to get deep in the playoffs and all that stuff. But other than that, we're gonna get some more callers. We appreciate you for joining, and
thanks for having me on.
Of course, no problem. We'll talk soon.
Thank you, Clover. Good to meet you.
Nice to talk to you tomorrow, and bye.
All right. I'm still a I don't know. He's not playing. He's obviously playing good. He's doing something right, Josh Allen. But
well.
yeah, I'm just.
He's playing really well in week 4. He needs to play really well in week.
He's third
14.
on the list. Right.
15. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. He's in his third year to be number 3 in MVP rating.
Exactly.
Is really good.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Who we got next? Who we got?
Got a little surprise for you. Let's see if.
What's up?
Nothing much, man. You gonna pass me the ball this time when we play?
Whatever, man.
I know that voice.
Hey.
I know that voice.
Hey, real quick before you start asking questions. Hey, Big Marlon. Hey, why is that NBA logo man on Marlon's shirt bigger than him?
I would have expected that one. He had that one written down. You know when Kashi writing them tickets. When Kashi writing them tickets in their little. Let me get my little notepad and write my little ticket. That's a good one though. Oh, hey man, you still use that? You still got that whole bottle of dye in your in your car?
Hey,
so whenever you see a gray hair,
I use the Midnight Cocoa Bean.
Yeah,
I use it.
Yeah, you use it. You use it. I don't want people to know I'm a senior citizen dye.
Hey, wait. Okay, for our viewers, our audience, this is Damien, man, regular on the show, one of our good friends, man, and the best jokes with Marlon that I've seen. So
you talk about Damien the wrong way, write you a ticket. Let me. You don't got that license plate on the front. Come here. And he bow-legged, so it's gonna take him a long time to get to you. So, I'm on fire, man. You better come with it, man. Let's go.
That's fine.
Oh, senior citizen. Yeah, they trying to kick him out the academy, but he just won't retire. He just sit around and just ride in the passenger seat because he can't drive because he's so bow-legged. His knees touch the side of the door, so he can't close that door. So
is that why he be calling us for the
that's for the passenger seat. For the passenger seat. He don't never drive his own car. He don't got a car because he can't fit. His knees won't fit in.
Give your little girl back her booster seat. She's got to use her booster seat. She need to eat dinner.
It's over there for one.
What's up, man?
Hey.
Time y'all had me on damn show. I need to be there in person.
I know. And it's just how we do it. Normally we like to, at least for the most part, football season, we'll get through the Monday show and then we'll record. But it's very rare that we'll do a Monday show. But we'll try to get you in. Hopefully you won't fall asleep on set because it's around your nap
Marlon
time.
trying to have us in here late.
Turn down your radio, man. We ain't trying to hear all that.
You know what? That's actually you. Okay, she turned it down. I missed my joke. I was ready to hit you with that one.
Yeah.
Ready to hit you with that one.
Yeah.
And look, I came over there right before you called. I was like, look at that logo on this shirt. It's bigger than that.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So we're gonna try to get you in real fast, man. Long story short, what's going on with the Cowboys, man?
Oh man.
Man, I'm done with them. I'm so mad. This last game, I was so mad. Our two biggest players caused the two biggest mistakes that actually pretty much cost us the game because we couldn't recover from them.
Yep. The fumbles.
It's always, and I'm so sick. I mean, I'm not sold on Dak.
Okay,
you know how I feel about Dak. I've never been sold on him, especially after, because I've always said that he only played the way he played that year that he's coming out party was because Tony Romo was behind him. And most quarterbacks play good. If there's somebody behind them who's going to take their job, they always play good. I mean, most of the time. It's just like any good quarterbacks you know now. A lot of them had somebody good behind them, or they was that person behind the person in front of them. So, and then Zeke, I don't know who told him he was Le'Veon Bell. He needs to start trying to run like him, just run.
Yeah.
He's too busy trying to run between.
But see, this is why I'm gonna
get you for that.
This is why I'm gonna disagree with you, Damon. We don't have that much time, so I'm gonna say something. Let Marlon talk and let you finish out. I disagree with you because I feel like you guys are always playing catch up, so you guys can't really get into your offense because Dak has to. Correct, and Dak has to throw so much. So I feel like normally, whenever you guys are up, like last year before, all that stuff, it's like you guys can run the ball, do your plays, all that stuff. But now it's like I feel like the offense is just shifted to now you guys are this pass first offense, which really is not what you guys are. But the offense is altered a little bit. So whenever he does get a run play, it's not.
Well, like to Damian's point last week, we were up 14-7. Dak fumbles.
Yep.
Dak fumbles, then Zeke fumbles, and all of a sudden they score 21 straight points. So now we're in that position, like you're talking about, where we're playing catch up. Mm-hmm. But we were in the lead, in control. Like they scored a touchdown, we scored 14 straight, and had the ball again in possession, and that's when it all went to shambles. But I'm gonna tell you the truth, Damien. I'm never gonna switch teams just because I don't believe a man can do that. Like I don't believe a man can switch his football team because.
I'm not going to switch either.
But I'm not going to care either until Jerry Jones addresses that secondary. Like, if you don't care about it, I don't care either.
No, Jerry's not going to. Listen.
Last point, Damien. Go ahead.
I have come to the realization that nothing will ever change with the Cowboys until Jerry is gone. Jerry dies. That's the only way he's going to die.
Oh, damn.
That
escalated quickly.
25 years, he's probably going to end up trying to save his life and cryo and all that, and he probably cloned his own damn self to come back younger. Mm-hmm. We are not going to do anything. Oh, and my last point.
Yeah.
Dak is right now, Dak's throwing 407 yards. He's no different from what we had with Tony. He's just a light-skinned Tony Romo right now.
But also, too, you guys were never, with Tony.
We never had defense either.
True, but you guys were never in that position where you guys are always playing catch-up.
We were. Yeah, well,
not all the time. Not all the time. Because I think one of you guys' best years. Although you guys didn't, I don't know or best like few years when you guys had that 3-headed monster with Marion Felix and there's another running back too. But I honestly liked you guys, and I think you guys recently just got Dez too at that point. But yeah.
We're not.
I don't know, man. Hey, don't let them get your blood pressure up, man. Until they show you something that they want to win.
Especially you, because I know you don't take your pills. You be thinking you young. You just say, hey, I could do it. Cody, I don't need to take no pills, Cody.
Say, Big Marlon, give him his Flintstone vitamins and tell him to go to bed, because he went up too late.
No, we only got the chewable ones, man. He need the gummies.
Whose side are you on, man?
Don't get your Capri Sun that you normally use, Marlon.
Hey, man, my little juice box is right over there. You leave me alone, man.
That's yours.
I know that you eating all your little girl snacks.
Hey, and I know your teeth get ready to fall out, too, so I know you're going to need the same straw.
That's fine.
Hey,
all right, man.
All right, man. Hey, appreciate you, man. We'll get you in person soon.
All right,
man. All right.
Yo, just for the record, like after every episode,
He called.
that is Marlon and Damien's full conversation that y'all just saw right now. Like the jokes,
Everything.
the back and forth, the height, the age, like it's everything.
Everything.
That's regular behind the scenes right there. Y'all just gotta look.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's crazy, man. And I know we're hour 15 minutes in. We only got like 2-3 more, so we'll see if S, what's going on, man?
Esteban.
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Marlon?
So S is give you a background story with S. S has been on the show before. He used to heckle and call us last year randomly whenever the Chargers were playing or whatever. But S is he's a Lakers fan, so obviously right now we're rooting for the Lakers, but Dodgers fan, and obviously Padres, Dodgers playing right now, or actually getting ready to play. They're actually playing right now. But the best part about it is since the Raiders left Oakland, he's not a Raiders fan anymore. So this is the best part about it. So
That's kind of like you with the Chargers. You shouldn't be a Chargers fan.
I'm loyal, but
to the soil.
yes, but
they're not.
But he's not a fan anymore. So it actually makes me like him even more. So what's up, S? How you doing?
Oh, Marlon, I would say something bad about you right now, but I know your mom is watching and listening.
Yep,
and
she commented.
I know she has to fight your fights for you. So Mrs. Williams, I hope you're doing well. And you know what? I'll leave your son alone because I understand he was probably picked on a lot as a kid, and it probably continues throughout his life. So that's fine, Marlon. I'll let you say what you want to say on your cute little show here. But, I'm a big-time Dodger fan, and I know you're trying to claim that you're a Padres fan this year, even though you don't know a thing about your team. You didn't know who Fernando Tatis was until
I did.
About September 1st when you figured out who Fernando Tatis is. But, I'm actually looking forward to the series. It should be a good, fun series.
Are you nervous? I'll ask you that. Are you nervous?
I will admit I am a little nervous, not too bad, because I think the Dodgers bullpen is definitely a strength. And when you're looking at a 5-game series, managers should have a quick hook with their starters because not every game, but every inning is so damn important in these games. And especially when you're looking at Game 1, 72% of the teams that win Game 1 usually go on and win a 5-game series. So this is just a monster game for both our teams. You got Mike Clevenger, who hasn't pitched for 2 weeks, and his last outing lasted, 1 inning, which, I know you don't know anything about Mike Clevenger because he plays for the Padres. And
hey, man, he's pitching today, I'll tell you that.
Oh, very good. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, come on now. Come on, S. Don't ask me anything technical, but I know a little bit.
Yeah, he just walked the guy right now, so Dodgers are about to go up probably at least 2-0 in this first inning, and once you go up 2-0 on the Padres with Walker Buehler pitching against them, then they're pretty much done. But but really, the Padres are a fun young team to watch. Yes, I love my Dodgers. I hate the Padres, but I cannot deny just how much fun this team has been to watch all season long.
I'll say this. I'm gonna cut you off real quick. So there was it wasn't a meme, but it was more so like a post from the Chargers saying "Go Dodgers, bring it home." and Marlon actually sent it to me, and it almost made me throw up. It still just doesn't sit well. And now we're in this big stadium, and this isn't like what's the word I'm trying to say? This isn't necessarily an alleyway for you to talk trash about the Chargers, but it just doesn't feel right to.
Oh, they're playing here. They're in Arlington.
Yeah, we're here.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
And they're letting fans in. The World Series is gonna be here.
Are we gonna go to
No.
the game?
Nah,
Why not?
I don't know. But anyways, it just feels weird. So how do you feel knowing that Chargers fans are being told to root for your team?
Well, considering there's only like 5 Chargers fans, I really don't mind whatsoever. It's really not going to do anything for the Dodger fan base, which is already massive. I mean, if you want to root for the Dodgers, I mean, your team is telling you to do so. But like I said, it's either you and I think Tom, who lives in Colorado.
Yeah.
The only Charger fans I know don't even live in LA nor San Diego. So it's kind of ironic that you have that, but no, it is weird though. Still, I mean, I still call the Chargers the San Diego Chargers, and it's probably something that'll never go away. I'm a creature of habit anyway. But it is odd to see something like that. I didn't see it, so I have to look that up, and it's pretty funny though.
So
Wait, let me
go ahead.
I got a quick question for you too. You know, saying that about the Chargers, will you ever be able to call the Raiders the Las Vegas Raiders?
Ooh.
Yeah, probably not. Everything is just so damn surreal this year, and then on top of that, when you're the football team that you grew up with, I mean, I grew up in Southern California, so I was down there when the Raiders were down there. Then I moved to Northern California. They missed me and decided to follow me up here, but then. Like a jilted lover, they left me, and here I am stuck holding my. Never mind, I'm not going to do the family.
Yeah.
So, but it sucks. It is what it is, and yeah, I mean, it'll probably take me at least a good 3 seasons before I'm able to say the Las Vegas Raiders, but or at least get used to saying that. It is what it is. I mean, it was a business decision. He did what he had to do. City of Oakland wasn't going to give him what he wanted. County wasn't going to give him what he wanted. And Las Vegas, I mean, made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Right.
It just sucks for the Raider fans because I think what's going to happen out there in Vegas, and I know that's not what we're called about, but quick, is that
go for it.
They're going to lose a lot of that fan base. You're going to have a lot of opposing team fans who are seeing this game as a destination. Hey, let's go to Vegas for the weekend and we can go gamble and go watch our team play against the Raiders.
Yep.
In Oakland, you're looking at like a 90-10 home crowd versus visiting fans. In Vegas, I wouldn't be surprised if it was closer to 70-30, 65-35, that kind of a split.
Right.
Because
if not more than that.
I will say this though. Vegas has had some good luck with these expansion franchises that they've started. I mean, the Golden Knights been in the Stanley Cup Finals already. The Las Vegas Aces just got smacked in the WNBA Finals.
Right.
So, maybe we'll see the Raiders. Maybe.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
They got Derek Carr.
They got Derek
Carr.
But, I mean, it's not... It's good.
But they do have...
It could happen.
What was Gruden? 10 years? Gruden got 10 years. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I will say this. Looking at the NFL in a whole, is there? I've been screaming about COVID and pretty much about how there's, certain teams benefit, certain people, or certain teams benefit, certain teams obviously they hate it, they need fans and stuff. Is there a storyline really with the NFL other than COVID that really sticks out as far as just the season? Like, for one, I'll ask you this: do you think we'll finish the season with COVID and everything?
Before the season began, I actually, meanwhile, I like to gamble a little too much.
Yep.
But I did place a bet at a plus 1,000 that the NFL season would not complete this year. Now, do I want to see that happen? Of course not. I mean, I want everyone to stay happy and healthy, but it's just, after watching this past weekend and what was going on with the Titans, with the possibility of the Saints, with Cam Newton, there's just so many unknowns that are happening. And with the inability to play these games inside a bubble, you got to make sure these players are not are following protocols. I mean, even my Raiders, where you have 9 players going to a charity event.
Sorry, they're not your Raiders anymore, but go ahead.
Oh, no, they're still my Raiders, always will be. And they go to a charity event, get fined $30,000 each for not wearing masks.
Yeah.
I mean, they go out there and they try to talk a big game, but, you know, and the other thing is Goodell. I mean, Goodell, I've never been a big fan of his anyway, but he hasn't been consistent. And it's weird to see how some teams can allow fans in their stadiums. Other teams are not allowed to. It's just, I don't know. It's really hard for me to see this being able to go without a hitch. I mean, we already saw a glimpse of it this past weekend, and honestly, I think it's just going to get worse, especially with flu season coming up. You got cold weather coming up. You got a lot of factors that are going to be coming in that could make this this disease even worse than what it already is. So I'm hoping it will, because you know what? It has been a fun product to watch so far. A lot of these games have been high scoring. A lot of overs have been hitting in these games. Even last Thursday night, I think it's a perfect example of the way the season's going. You have the Jets versus Broncos, which on paper is just such a horrible game, and you end up getting these two teams scoring over 60 points in a game, which is just amazing to watch something like that with these two just horrible teams. And then this Thursday, you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
I mean, again, the Bears, they've been surprising people. They've been playing, I think, better than what people anticipated. I don't really think they have a chance against the Bucs, but still, you got you got a total of this game right now sitting at 43.5, and which is actually low for an NFL game this year. Yeah, I mean, you're looking at 46, 47 points for as an average for most of these games, and it's actually dropped. This number opened up at 44.5, and now it's down to 43.5, and it's just, I honestly can see it going over, even though it's two teams that have, if you look at the Buccaneers defense, which is a good defense, I mean, they always talk about the Bears defense, which I don't think is as good as it was in the past, especially in the secondary. I think that really hurt. But yeah, I mean, it's been a fun product to watch so far. But yeah, I don't know if the season will end or what it's going to be like, or who knows? I mean, you might see postponements for stuff, and we'll have a Super Bowl like the end of March with things continue the way they are.
Right. Yeah. And you had something, Marlon?
Well, I was just gonna say, I'm second guessing. I'm taking the under in that game just because of Nick Foles, the starter. I don't believe in him. But I do think the season will end, and really the only reason I think it'll finish is because of money. They're losing way too much money by not playing games. So, I mean, and you saw those new imposed rules that they just set out where people are going to get fined and even up to forfeit if COVID breakouts happen because of a rule violation, which to me means if we think you broke a rule, then you're going to just forfeit the game. Mm-hmm. And so that tells me that they're going to finish this season, even if it's only 8 teams at the end of the year. Like, if everybody else has COVID, oh, well, you know, Chargers and the Cowboys in the finals in the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, yeah.
I mean, you guys live in Texas, and I don't know if you guys saw what happened with Southern Methodist University over the weekend in their game. They had their student section that wasn't following
protocol,
no social distancing
guidelines, and the entire student section got kicked out of the game. So it's just these rules are there for a reason, and you're right though, Marlon. Money is the number one driving factor behind all of this. That's the only reason why we still have sports going on right now is because of money. Which I mean, it is what it is. I'm not surprised. First and foremost, you want everyone to be safe and healthy. But I'm not gonna lie. I've actually been loving having baseball, basketball, football, hockey.
That's amazing,
soccer, all the stuff going on at once. I mean, it's for me as a gambler. It is absolutely sensory overload. My girlfriend, I've been dating her for about a year now, and she told me the other day, she goes, I did not realize just how nuts you are about sports until all of this started happening at once.
She got pandemic Esteban. Exactly. She didn't get the real life, but
no.
This has had to make for some great parlays.
I told her, I said, you know, there's football season me, then there's other seasons me, and so don't expect my full attention during us sporting events
Exactly.
going on right now.
Exactly.
I'm actually. It's funny. I'm actually waiting for her outside her work right now to pick her up. We're supposed to go to dinner, and I'm sitting here with the Laker game on one phone and the Dodger game on the other phone.
I was going to ask what you were watching. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, no. She already knows that the phones are going to be set up while we're sitting at the table because I'm a rude jerk. But you know, I
time with S.
beforehand, so it's her fault for staying with me.
S, let me ask you one question before we get going, man. What's the biggest parlay you've placed so far?
Oh, that's a good
this year.
That's a good question.
You know, I'll be honest with you. I'm actually not a parlay guy.
Okay.
I do a lot of teasers. I'll do a lot of straight bets. Every once in a while, I'll throw a parlay out there. I did hit a 4-teamer at the beginning of the first week of the season, but I've only done one other parlay since, and it was a 3-teamer that just went down in absolute flames. Yeah, so for me, I'm not a big parlay guy. I know that little midget sitting next to you, he likes to do parlays.
Yeah.
But for me, it's, I don't know, if I have a strong lean on a game, if I feel real strongly about it, I don't want to ruin it with another game that I feel good about, not great about, but good about. I'd rather just take the double my money bets and do that. It's kind of like playing daily fantasy sports. I do that a lot also, but I'm more of the cash game type of player where I'm doing the 50-50s. Doing those types of things because it's not really about the big score. It's about looking at it long term.
I got you.
Hey, S. Just want to let you know, Chad. Well, for one, Ant jumped in the comments and said "you bastard" as you were talking about the your bets, and two, Chad hopped in and said "this drunk mf'er."
Yeah, those are my fans. I got a lot of fans. You all, Chad keeps texting me and asking me for my bets and wondering what I'm going to bet. And
right.
Yeah. So you can talk all the trash you want. I'll see if I answer his text anymore when he's looking for certain locks. But
cool.
Yeah. So that's the way I go about it when doing my bets. So like I said, I'm not a big parlay guy. If I'm up, then you know what? I'll throw something on there a little crazy, but nothing major, nothing big. Maybe like maximum of 4 teams. 3 teams usually what a parlay would be for me. But yeah, that's just my philosophy when it comes to betting.
And then Chad said he's a OnlyFans subscriber for you. But hey, yeah, go ahead.
No, nothing good.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, enjoy your dinner. Appreciate you for coming on, and go Lakers, go Padres.
Yeah, I'm with you 1-on-2 of those, but yeah. So like I said, you're lucky Clevenger got out of that first inning unscathed. But yeah, because normally if Clevenger, like I said, first inning for him has always been rough. So it should be a interesting game the rest of tonight. But yeah, the Lakers so far looking good, and I hit the first quarter spread on that game, minus 3.5 of the Lakers. So, yeah, so far it's been a good day. Got the Braves already.
All right. Okay, yes.
Yeah,
all right.
Already hit the Yankees over.
All right.
Let's see
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, S. All right, we got to get some more people, buddy.
I have 25 more bets to go over right now that I made tonight. But
okay. All right, yeah, you can just text it to me, and then we'll talk with you later. All right, buddy.
All right, guys.
All right, have a few more drinks for me.
Thanks, S. Well.
Always.
Yeah, all right.
All right, take care, Marlon.
All right. Jesus, I definitely did not. Yeah, that's S. That's drunk S. S. So the plan was, and we got about 2 more people.
2 more.
The plan was to get 7, 8 minutes tops. S doubled that. So, but
Lakers up 49-47 at the half.
Yeah, it's gonna be all right.
Barely.
I know.
Let's see the stats though. You bringing somebody else on?
Yes. Go. What you got?
I'm just looking at the stat line while you do that. Anthony Davis.
Dalton, what's up, man?
KCP with 10 points.
That's a playoff high, I'm sure.
Green 8 points, Rondo 0, Caruso 7.
Playoff Rondo got 0?
Playoff Rondo got 0, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Though he's impacting the game per usual. Let me see what we got for Miami. Jimmy Butler 13. Bam got 9 in the first half, 9 and 4.
Okay.
Duncan Robinson got 9, probably all threes.
All right, so now we have another friend, and this guy is, I got to give this guy all the credit because I'm sure if you listen to the show religiously, we laughed at this guy when he was like, yo, yeah, the Heat could make it, this and that, all that. So I mean, hey, kudos to you for picking the sleeper that made it. So, I mean, hopefully they don't win. I still got the Lakers in 6, so hopefully they don't win. But Mark welcomes us now. So what's going on, Mark? How you doing?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Man, we chilling, man.
Mark,
we chilling, man.
I apologize, bro. I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Yeah.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Hey, before we get into it,
What's up, man?
hey, Sandra a liar, bro.
You don't like LeBron, man? You're
I
not
don't like
LeBron's
LeBron.
biggest fan?
I'm not a LeBron Hooper fan. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
You
LeBron
sure?
the man, LeBron the father, that's a good dude, man. But the LeBron on the court, nah.
Now, okay, all right. So perfect. We hopping right into it. So, are you just going? If you were doing your Mount Rushmore, and I'm putting you on the spot because we didn't even talk about this. I need your Mount Rushmore right now for NBA players. Let's go.
Mount Rushmore of current players or just
All
overall
time. Because I know LeBron will be on there for current. So just do all time.
Jordan, Kobe, LeBron,
Oh, okay. He makes it.
and Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson was my favorite player growing up. After Jordan, it was Allen Iverson.
Okay. Yeah. Honestly, like truthfully, with AI, and going off script for the most part here, but AI honestly was whenever he went to Denver, it was tough because obviously a Lakers fan, but that was my favorite team. You got AI, Chauncey was there, Melo obviously, yeah, JR, Nene, like they had a squad.
See, that was the opposite for me. So
Didn't it look weird though when he was over there?
It did.
Every team he went to looked weird, bro.
That's what messed it up for me because the Sixers were my last favorite team when he left.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wore number 3 because of Allen Iverson, and when he left, it was like it kind of opened my eyes to, man, these people don't care about who I like. Like they don't care if I like this team. This is a business.
Yeah.
Like, and then ever since then, I've never had a basketball team, but AI is definitely my favorite player, probably of all time, man. Chris Paul is.
I was about to say CP. Yeah.
CP, but CP
Bro,
took my nickname. So
that 2000 Sixers team, when you look at it right now, they were garbage, bro. Like all the dudes they had on their team. I mean, they got Mutombo like mid-season at the deadline, but you talking about like Kevin Ollie, Eric Snow, George Lynch,
Aaron McKee.
I mean, how are them dudes supposed to
Matt
go
Geiger.
against Kobe, Shaq, and Robert Horry and Rick Fox? I mean, Glenn Rice. Come on, bro.
And they won a game.
One game, first game. That was a great game too.
But that's what I'm saying. Like one of our callers earlier said, could LeBron do it by himself in one game? And I'm thinking about some of these guys that have done it before, and I'm like, he can win one. He ain't gonna win a series.
Yeah, my biggest thing as far as with LeBron and the question was without AD and Kuzma. Could LeBron win a game?
Yeah. Against the Heat. Not against the best, not against the Warriors, not against.
I mean, I think it's possible, but the bad part is our role players are so inconsistent, and which is kind of a great segue to the finals, obviously. But with Rondo right now has 0 points, and you have without Kuzma. When you think of Danny Green's another guy who can go for 15 or 2. KCP, 15 or 2. So it's like if those guys aren't hitting, and obviously the best players are going to go on LeBron. If not, if nobody else is hitting, LeBron's going to get double teamed. Yeah. And I feel like at this point in LeBron's career, with him being 35, about to be 36 or 34, 35, whatever, he can't do that. He's not Miami LeBron no more, nor he's not like Cleveland post. The second time Cleveland LeBron.
Well, I think he hasn't had to be that for one, and that speaks to his above the shoulders game. But two, well, you mentioned Rondo. Rondo made an impact in this league not by scoring. Rondo's impact has always been by creating shots for others,
and just
rebounds. He had a game in college. I remember once he had like 17, 18 rebounds at Kentucky, and that's crazy as a 6'3" point guard. But like he's always been one of those guys that affect the game without scoring. And I also think, I think that's why him and LeBron get along so well is because LeBron can do that too. Like we've seen games where LeBron he'll still have 18, 20 points, but he just looks like he's in control of the game the whole time. A lot like Jimmy Butler did last game. Shout out to Jimmy Butler because he controlled the pace of the game. He did whatever he wanted to, got his shots, got to his spots, all that. But I mean, I'm with you. I think it would be tough, but I wouldn't say he couldn't do it just because I've seen him win. I always say it with freaking Candace Parker's older brother. Like, we don't even remember his name.
Jamario Moon.
Yeah, Jamario Moon. Like, Delonte West. Like, we want to go into Delonte West and what he's going through right now. We've seen these guys play with teams that are with players that had no business being in the finals. If you think about Charles Barkley making it to one finals appearance, right? In his whole career and how great he was. Then you think about some of the guys that LeBron took to multiple finals. Like, maybe they didn't win, but, like, why does that guy have more finals appearances than Charles Barkley? Or, you know what I mean? Like, that's almost disrespectful.
And that's the thing about LeBron. Like, when I say I don't like him as a basketball player, I'm not sitting here telling you that he ain't good. Like, you got to be a fool to say LeBron James ain't good at basketball, bro. Like, that's just stupid. Some people hate the fact that he is good. I just don't like the fact that dude is 6'8", like a solid 250, and all he do is scream, bro. Like, he get next to the hoop is, hey, bro, just make the layup.
And on top of that, like, I agree with you there, but it's so easy because you obviously got a bubble and you got just family and friends there, so he's gonna scream and he's gonna let you know that he's screaming. So
yeah, but does he do that in the morning when he makes like 3 good pancakes for his kids and then he makes like one sloppy one? You go, hey. Like, it wasn't my fault. I made that messed up pancake.
Hey, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I will say this, though. I'll say this in LeBron's favor. I think LeBron, to your point, 6'8", 6'9", 260, suffered from a lot of what we saw with Shaquille O'Neal in his heyday. Like, Shaq got fouled more than anybody that I've ever seen play basketball. And a lot of it wasn't called because he was so much bigger, and a foul from a guard or a wing player didn't look like it affected the play as much against Shaq. And I think we see that a lot with LeBron, too. Like, LeBron gets hit a lot going, and yes, he flops, but all these guys flop now. It's the name of the game. Like, I'm supposed to, like, with the sweep through, with this whole move, where they just sweep the ball through and the ref calls a foul. Like, that's just part of basketball now. And it's the ref's job to not call it or to let it go. But I do think he gets fouled a lot more than even they call. I'm not saying that's a good thing for him or a bad thing for him because he does flop a lot. But I also think if Mike played right now, he would be yelling.
You got to take advantage of that stuff because KD, he does that a lot. The KD, little through.
Heck yeah.
So Mark, I'm going to ask you this. Some little transition. So Mark is a big Warriors fan. Mark is a Niners fan. So I still got beef with Mark and S because I went up there for work. I think it was about a year, 2 years, something like that. Yeah, and I was like, hey man, let's meet up. This is where I'm at, and they was, they was close enough to where they could have came, but they didn't want to come, so whatever. So I still got beef with them. Don't matter how long it is. I'm worth it. I'm worth it. Anyways, so looking at the outcome for you guys, it was crazy because as I turned around and looked, I saw Klay Thompson on the screen, and I was like, wait, what's going on? But it was a 2K commercial, and they make the graphics look so real, it's stupid. So, but yeah, so looking at you guys and your future, you got Steph, you got Klay. I mean, Steph could have came back way before. I just think he just wanted to rest, and now from there,
play for no reason.
Exactly, and now from there, everybody kind of trickled down and got hurt. So, I mean, what's your what do you think for the most part as far as 2021?
And who you got y'all taking in the draft too?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because they got the second pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Steph definitely could have played a little bit more this year, but it's kind of like the baseball. Like, people don't realize when you make postseason runs as consistently as they did, that's a long season, man. You're talking about maybe after all the parades and interviews and guest appearances after you win a finals, you're talking about maybe a month of sleep, a rest before you have to get right back in the gym and go hoop again for a whole nother 82-plus postseason. I think we just needed a year off with Clay not being able to play, it was going to be tough already. I think they'll be back though, for sure. I think they'll definitely be back this coming year. With we got the 3 guys coming back with Draymond, Steph, and Clay. Wiggins, if he can give you anything close to 15 to 20, that's solid. They got to build up the bench though, because that was what was so key for us in those runs. Is like we were deep, bro. Like, we had Ian Clark. Like we were getting guys that nobody ever heard of, but with the spacing that our team has because of who we have, those guys made a killing, for 3-4 years.
Sean Livingston was huge on that second team too.
Yeah,
Sean Livingston come in there, he could post you up. You got like a 6'9" point guard, bro, that could just put any point guard in the post and facilitate or score at will. So, we gotta, fine tool it up, but we can't hit or miss right now because we don't have a KD. Like we can just throw guys in there when we had KD that was, that couldn't play, but now you really have to make sure that these signings that we do work. As far as the draft goes, man, I honestly have no idea. I like Obi Toppin a lot. I know some people are high on him, some people aren't. I don't want Melo. I do not want LaMelo Ball on this team. I just don't think the fit is going to be, it's just not going to be good because you have enough shooters, I think, already. We need wing defenders and we need rebounders. We need athletic bigs that can box out, finish at the rim, maybe step out and hit a jumper or two. Like, I don't think scoring is going to be an issue when you bring back Steph and Clay. That's pretty much, 55 to 60 points right there. I don't really think we're going to need that. You throw in Wiggins and Draymond. If Draymond can get back to his, defensive player of the year type form without having to score, like that's even going to be better. So I would love to see them get, a youngster that's hungry, that maybe went to a lesser known school, that wants to come prove himself, knows his role, steps in. Right. And I just don't want the dude from Arizona, bro, the redhead dude. Like, if we get him, I'm gonna be pissed if we get that. I don't want Minion, whatever his name is.
Nico Minion.
I do not want him. Like,
I don't think they'll go guard. I'm with you. I think they'll go with Obi Toppin, maybe even the kid from Georgia. But I don't see Melo fitting there.
I think they may do a sign and trade.
I think that's the best bet. I would trade that pick.
Because here's the thing, and I said this, and I said, what Chad say? Yeah. So I honestly think that because I called it, I think it was maybe last year, and saying Melo will go there, but it makes all the sense to trade him to. Probably wouldn't go to New Orleans or nothing like that, but just trade him to something and just get rid of him because you can get a lot back for the second overall pick.
Yeah, and for me, whoever I'm trading with, you pick whoever you want. Forget Melo. Whoever your team needs, you can have the number 2 pick. Mm-hmm. I think that number 2 pick is worth more than LaMelo Ball. No disrespect to him. I think he'll be a decent player in the NBA, but I would go and try to get an established wing if I was in with that second pick.
Yeah.
Yep. I definitely agree, but I also think that they could use this year, if they do trade that pick, no one knows how good Wiggins is really going to be in the system. Like, he could either be spectacular or he can be, mediocre. But if he is spectacular or he even shows glimpses of being able to play in the system, that's going to up his value to where you already have Minnesota's number 1 pick next year. So if you trade this pick this year for a number 1 next year, and Wiggins does play up to his potential, you can eventually package all them and get a sign and trade for Giannis, where he can sign his super max with Milwaukee, and then now Milwaukee's getting 2 first-round picks and Wiggins in return for Giannis. Like, to me, that's going to be the best deal for Milwaukee because you can't let him walk for free.
Absolutely.
Like, that's just impossible. But who else can offer you 2 number 1s plus a guy that can play the same position? Not really a power forward, but can kind of give you something that no other team is going to be able to trade. Nobody's going to trade a Zion for Giannis. No one's going to trade AD for Giannis. Like, that's just not going to happen. Nobody wants PG-13 for Giannis. So 2 number 1 picks plus maybe Wiggins and a couple other guys might get it done.
Right. And this is the last thing, and then we'll let you go. Looking at the Brooklyn Nets, obviously KD came, got championships and all that stuff. do you see the Brooklyn Nets possibly coming out of the East next year and years to come?
And we're gonna listen to you this year. Hey, whatever your answer is, we're rolling with it. I think you got Biff's book from Back to the Future, man. You got the sports almanac over there.
Hey, the only reason why the Heat, I'm telling you, there's just things that I think about that I don't think a lot of people ever think about. Like the Heat were already in Florida. They play in Florida. So it's not going to be out of their comfort zone to play in Florida. Plus, Tyler Hero was just coming back, off a foot injury. And he was killing for most of the first half. And none was playing good for the first half. I just thought when they got Crowder and Iguodala, just some veteran defenders that know their role and can teach, that helps out a lot. I'm going to go with the Nets. I do think they'll be a playoff team for sure. Like, not just because it's the East. It's just they have talent. They just have to make sure they figure out how to make that talent work in whatever system Steve Nash is going to run. If he's going to run it like Steve Kerr did, I think it's definitely going to work because you're going to have people moving the ball around. Everybody's going to touch the ball. If Steve Nash goes and does like a Mark Jackson type coaching job where he just wants to do one-on-one pick and roll, keep Kyrie and KD happy, I think they'll be a mediocre playoff team, but I don't think they'll ever make it to a championship playing that type of basketball. KD says a lot of things, but we all know how KD is. When things are going right, he's everything, buying in, playing D, everything. When things are kind of sluggish and, people start chirping and things start turning, then it becomes a personal thing where it's like a one-on-one game and he just throws everybody else off their rhythm.
And teammates call him out his name.
Yeah, and then Kyrie, we don't know what Kyrie is thinking at any point in the day. But
exactly,
the talent is there. I thought it was a bad move for them because they already had enough talent to where they didn't need two guys. They might have needed one, and I thought KD by himself there would have been perfect for them. They already have Dinwiddie. They got LeVert. I mean, they had Allen. They have guys there already. The white boy that can come off and shoot. I mean, they got dudes there already. I just don't think they really needed two guys. But in the East, I really think that they can be a playoff team. They're a playoff team this year. So if you're going to get two superstars back on the team, play for a full year, definitely think they can maybe be like a 3-4 seed. And you never know. Like, if this team buys into what Steve Nash is preaching, they could be one of the most dangerous teams in the East and probably challenge the Lakers in the West.
Yeah, I think for sure that they'll be up there. I mean, no other team in the East has shown us the consistency and dominance. So I think with two guys that have won championships on your roster and made big shots in big games, I think it'll be interesting. But I definitely think they'll be there at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think KD learned a lot being with the Warriors. I think he learned how to win. It couldn't have been an easy situation for him to play here coming into the situation with everybody saying what they said,
especially with Draymond saying what he said.
That was at the end of it.
But was he wrong though? He was kind of acting like.
But he knew. Like, everybody knew he was gonna go, and Draymond. And I think in the whole locker room knew. And Draymond was he had enough one day, and he just came out and he said it.
But let me say this too. I'm gonna stand up for KD a little bit here. We all got on KD a lot when Russ would make bad decisions at the end of games, and KD would never say anything to him.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of that game in particular, there's 4 guys, 5 guys, 6 guys on the Warriors team that we would rather have take a shot at the end of the game than Draymond Green. Draymond came down, and I don't even think he got a shot off. And KD finally stood up for himself and was like, "Yo, pass the rock. I'm open. Give me the ball." And that's when, he was called out his name, and I think that whole relationship kind of went downhill from there. Yeah. I mean, any grown man, if you get called the B word from another grown man, like, it's going to change some things.
Right. And I remember back when he said back in 2013, 14, or whenever it was, everybody want to go play for the Lakers and the whoever. And look at him now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm going to just call him out. Stick up for him. I'm going to call him out on that. So now look at him now.
Well, sorry, you rooting for the Lakers. And
hey, man. All right, man. So
it's not Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram in the finals right now. I'll just say that.
We had some rough times. but hey, Mark, appreciate you for coming on. Next time you get on, we'll talk some Niners. And Marlon's brother is a Niners fan. So
yeah, man, I don't know how y'all do it.
What's that?
I said I don't know how y'all do it, but I'm just messing with y'all. I'm a Cowboy fan, so I have zero.
Yeah, how that defense doing over there? I told you.
Hey, we number one.
I told you that defense trash.
Hey, we number one, man. We give up the most points. Come play us if you want to get some fantasy points, baby.
Oh man, hey, we need to come to y'all division one time, bro. We sit there and be looking like the Patriots for about 15 years.
Yeah, probably.
Shoot, Chargers might win that division.
Hey. Obviously, he's had too much to drink, so we
stepping on that ledge over there, Chargers fan. Stepping on that ledge.
Yeah,
you got to pull you back.
All right,
because they division was pretty bad for a while too. So
and we was winning it 8-8, which your division's bad. You need to be winning it 8-8.
We will. We got a favorable schedule. I mean, the Eagles will.
Exactly. All right, Mark, man, appreciate you, man.
All right, y'all.
We'll talk soon.
Listening, man. I appreciate y'all.
All right, no problem.
All right, bro.
All right.
Man.
We out.
We got Chad, man.
Oh, Chad.
Can't forget about Chad.
We got to talk about the second best team in the NFC West, baby. Yep.
AFC West.
Oh, AFC West.
Yeah.
My bad.
And actually, it's look, it's like, all right, time to go to sleep.
hey, man. That Chargers running back look good in blue and orange, man.
No, anybody that plays for the Broncos looks horrible. Broncos have, let me think. Broncos got their quarterback injured. Quarterback's injured. They got their best player on defense is injured. Well, our best players for the most part is injured.
Yeah. No.
But anyways, man, what's up, Chad? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Y'all talking? Yeah, injuries, man. Hey, it must be nice to have Aaron Rodgers because the Packers got hella injuries. They keep winning. My team gets hurt, man, and we barely beat the damn Jets.
Hey, man. Hey, it sounds like y'all got to win, man. I can't say as much, so just enjoy it. Just enjoy it.
Should we all got one
way?
win?
That draft board. I was trying to get that L, bro. I love Drew Lock, but anytime you get Trevor Lawrence, man, you turn your back on the quarterback real fast when Trevor Lawrence is on.
Exactly. Man, y'all remember, was it last year or 2 years ago when that Jeezy song was playing and Drew Lock was, I think it was Drew Lock. He was sitting on the bench like bumping Jeezy because Jeezy was playing in the stadium.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah, man. I was like, he must be all right. So I just wait for him to say the N-word. I'm like, man, get this dude out of here, man. Nah, because Jeezy was playing. So, anyway.
You was watching his mouth to see if he
Yeah. I mean,
oh, my God.
Yeah, but he cool people, though. So I was like, okay, he's all right. He's in my division, so he's trash. So.
Trevor Lawrence?
No, Drew Lock.
We're
talking about Drew Lock.
Oh, Drew Lock.
So, yes,
my bad.
Yeah, so what happened was a Jeezy song was playing when he was sitting on the bench.
And he was rocking out too.
And he was, singing the words, rapping the Jeezy and stuff. I was like, okay, cool.
I thought you meant Trevor Lawrence was doing that.
No.
I was picturing the gold locks.
Sunshine.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, so what's up, Chad, man? We got the Padres on. I saw your little comment. We got the Padres on in the back, so it's
Yeah, man, baseball. Hey, baseball's going up right now, man. I mean, I don't know how big a baseball fan Marlon is. I know you are a so-called Padres fan, but I mean, this playoff, even for the people who aren't big baseball fans, I think this is a good chance. I mean, a lot of people still quarantine and hang out at home. You know, just flip through the channels, man. You got the universal DH, which I think brings a lot. You ain't got to watch the pitchers go up there and wait 5-6 pitches staring at balls until they strike out. I mean, you got the extra playoff teams, the new format. You got the bubble format. Right now is the time, man, to latch on and see if you can get hurt. It's a good time to watch baseball.
Man, it's a good time for just sports in general, man. And I'm just like, I was talking to Marlon the other day, and I was just like, man, like we need to cherish this time because we're not going to have a time. Because obviously basketball is going to start back a little bit later. We have football to latch on to for a little bit. Baseball is wrapping up within the next month or so. So it's just like the fact that you have all sports all in one. I mean, even we're not into hockey, but if even hockey, you know, just with this quarantine and everything popping back on right now, it's just a good time. And you know, at least with the Padres, I think I probably said this in a group chat once or twice, but with it being a 60-game season, this was our chance to at least make the playoffs and try to make some noise. Yeah. Now, if we surprisingly with the way the series with St. Louis was looking, I didn't think we was going to get past them. But you know, Game 3 we ended up winning that, and so we'll see if we can make something shake against the Dodgers.
Yeah, man, because I'm a baseball guy, man. Baseball is my first love. I'm a Yankees fan, but I'm a big Mookie Betts fan too. So So I'll be watching them, and then I'm from San Diego, so the Padres, that I'll be watching that series closely. I see Clevenger just left the game or with an injury, so that'll be interesting to watch. That was their guy, but I want to see Mookie do well, and that Dodgers lineup, man, is one to reckon with. So it'll be time, and I think they said basketball might start back as early as January, the NBA. So
yeah, you got to give them a little rest because. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to think though, like guys like the Kings, they've been off for 6 months. For real.
S&P has been sitting at home, man, chilling.
And them owners just trying to get back in that money.
Yeah.
And it's crazy with Marlon. You brought it up, and I was thinking about this too. I was like, man, we got the NBA, we got football, we got baseball. But then I started thinking, like, around this time of the year, we got that same thing anyways. The only difference is the magnitude. We got NBA finals right now. Usually,
it's
not
just preseason or first week,
summer league, and
we don't really care about the NBA yet. It's getting started. But right now, we got playoffs, and in football, I mean, week 1 for the playoffs is always high intensity there. So it's just a different element, but still the same sports going on, just a different magnitude.
Exactly, man. So I gotta ask you, man, have you healed from the thinking you were gonna? No. He's a Nuggets fan. So I'm just asking if he's okay because I know he probably thought he was going to come back from 3-1. So, I mean, you all right?
Nah, man. I mean, I didn't know basketball was still on, bro. I'm over here like
it's baseball season.
I mean, there was 2 Monday Night Football games on last night. Nah, I bet the week at Lakers -5.5, -5 first half. And y'all couldn't do it for me, of course. But
yeah.
Nah, man. I mean, when you look at it, we talking about a team who I almost threw in the towel against Utah after I drank my own Kool-Aid, man, thinking we were this team, and then the way we came out flat, I was scared, man. But like I told you before, you've heard me say it before, I look at it as building blocks, man. And for a team like the Nuggets who are so young, every year we just get another step and another step. And last year, we did that against San Antonio, then against Portland, great series, and then this year, 3-1 against Utah and 3-1 against the Clippers, and then I mean, if you get down 3-1 to LeBron, it ain't going to happen. Yeah. Especially after LeBron seen his son smoking that weed. He's trying to go home and whip his ass, bro.
It's his birthday today, too, so yeah.
Hey, LeBron shouted him out. That was real daddish of him.
Man, did you see the comments?
No.
Oh, like the first 30 comments was he just don't fall for it, Bronny. He's still coming to get you. And just all that stuff, man. He a few wins away from.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if LeBron is as mad as we think he is.
But that's the thing. We all dads here. When your daughter done something and it's been days and days and days, weeks go by, you're not as mad as you are because it's not fresh.
No, he already done talked to him probably over FaceTime or something about it. He, like I said, he ain't seen them in months.
Image king, though, bro. You got to understand that. LeBron is the image king, bro. He makes sure when he walks into the media, he got his wristband right. He limping. He got to pretend like he hurt. LeBron, he's an image, bro. So, he was steaming when he seen that. They said that's why he probably went to the locker room that last game against the Nuggets. He thought someone told him. Bronny was out there smoking. He had to go to the locker room. FaceTime ASAP, bro.
Right. No, he was mad because AD had 15 points. That's why he was mad. He's like, man, I'm taking the back seat to you. You better come out here. I need you to have 30. No, y'all right. He definitely an image guy, but I mean, we all been there. I'm sure LeBron, before he was on the cover of Sports Center, maybe even after, was around somebody or maybe hit a joint himself. So I mean,
yeah, exactly.
He's 16.
We all been there.
Right.
Yeah, man. So, Chad, did you ever? I remember when we had a bunch of callers.
He's in
Denver,
right?
No, he's in California. He's an SDSU fan. He's the biggest SDSU fan I know.
Oh no, he's up High Desert. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
Victorville or something like that.
Yeah.
Did you give us your top 5 SDSU fans?
He did.
He did. Okay, I'm just checking. Yeah.
What you say? My top 5? What?
Did you gave us your top 5 SDSU players, right?
Kind of. I mean, it's gonna be biased, bro, because I don't follow them like that. So it's only gonna be when Jamal is there. So I'm just gonna ramble off like people I know.
Right.
I mean, your boy, he played there, so he got more respect for the program. But he still left off the homie, so I can't respect that. But, I mean, ain't no one else at SCSU throwing out the backboard and dunking in the game. I'm just gonna say that. But he also flopped on Kemba and cost him that Sweet 16. So
well, hey, that was divine intervention though. In his defense, Kemba was destined that year.
Yeah, man, he wasn't getting away. Kemba right there, bro. Yeah. He was on a mission.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I'm asking this question, but I already know the answer. Do you have LeBron over Jordan, or is just Jordan still number one?
So the funny part is, bro, I think LeBron, like, physically is the best player to ever play probably sports, bro. Like, I classify stuff kind of different as far as, like, it goes to even, like, all right, I think the similar comparison to that is, like, Calvin Johnson or Jerry Rice. You know, like, you get the dog in Jerry Rice, you got a dog in Jordan. It was a different era back then, and it was, but now, bro, like, you got guys who are just so big and fast. Like, it's just amazing, bro, to see athletes like that. LeBron is just, Jordan, if you don't like him, it's because he was an asshole, and he was a dog, and he probably dogged out your favorite team. Right. LeBron, he can't get out of his own way, man. Like, he just does things that just irritate me, bro. Like the letter to the league, or just the facial expressions, or last game, Jimmy Butler on the reverse layup, gets fouled, and he's screaming and yelling like, "Oh, you elbow me!" Like, it's just the little things, like, bro. You're 6'9", 280, bro.
Jimmy Butler elbowed him, though.
Like, you fouled him. So, yeah, LeBron the best, I think, physical specimen we've seen, though, and it depends what you need in a game, but, I mean, in his prime, he can take over a game with the best of them.
My thing about the comparing eras is I actually think that LeBron was late. Like, if LeBron would have came into the league when it was less emphasis on the three-pointer, like, I think his impact on the game would have been even crazier. Like, I always look at that series against, he was still in Cleveland against the Detroit Pistons when he scored 29 straight. And I'm talking about Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Rip Hamilton. I think it was 07, yeah. Rip Hamilton, Chauncey Billups. Like, that was a defensive squad at that. And to score 29 straight in the fourth quarter in overtime, like, and it was getting to the cup. Like, I remember the signature play was like a dunk. He drove by one of them and dunked on Ben Wallace or something crazy. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you telling me that this guy, like, to Chad's point, with this frame, he couldn't have took a foul from Patrick Ewing? Like, Jordan had to build himself up. Like, we
saw he was small.
Yeah, he was small and had to adjust. Like, was in the weight room crazy to take them foul. Like, LeBron came in the league at 6'8", 230. Now he like 260. Mm-hmm. But
he came into the league a man.
Yeah, not a grown man.
Yeah.
So I think that's crazy. But I also think and I always like to play the devil's advocate here. That foul that Chad's talking about, I think if it was the other way around, LeBron gets called for an offensive foul just because he's so much bigger than Jimmy Butler. If he goes into Jimmy Butler with that elbow and Jimmy Butler goes flying, I think that's an offensive foul on LeBron.
I mean, it's physics, though. But like you said, though, and I want to touch on that point. That's a great point. A lot of the LeBron haters would say, well, he flops, he does this and that. He wouldn't be able to cut it in the 80s. They were too physical. But like you said, it's a different game. And guys like LeBron, James Harden, when you see them flopping, it's not because they're soft or because they can't take a hit. It's because they're going to get to the free throw line. And that leads to points. And it's playing the system.
Exactly.
So, like, I don't understand why you would not do that. You don't think if they didn't call 5 fouls, you think LeBron wants to flop the pitch? It hurts. I mean, it hurts to hit the damn floor.
Right.
And it wastes a lot of energy to get up. So if they weren't calling the fouls, LeBron would stop doing it. So if you take them into the 80s, early 90s when they're being physical, you don't think a man that's 6'9", 260 to get physical? That's what I always laugh about, and I don't even like LeBron.
Right.
But I use the same example with Russ. Like Russell Westbrook, who's not a great three-point shooter. Can you imagine him on the bad boy kisses or something? Is there like an athlete like that? Like, even I just think, and
then like Beverly coming off the bench.
Generation, it's just we've just evolved as a society, as humans. That's why I'll say LeBron, Calvin Johnson, Mookie Betts, Fernando Tatis Jr., these players, man, they're doing stuff that they're covering ranges on the field that the other players couldn't cover. And
Right.
it's only going to get better. In 20 years, our kids going to be like, oh, Dad, LeBron, what? So-and-so, man, he could do this and that. Like, look at the dunk contest. These dunks are amazing, but it's like, man, that shit whack.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we see everything.
And I'm glad you said James Harden, because James Harden is like the biggest flopper in the league. But like, he is another one of the people who is a man, like 6'5", 230 probably, like and strong as an ox, low key. Like, you're not just bumping that man off his dot. Like,
when he want to stay solid and get a solid ground. If not, he just.
And if you ever doubt that, just watch when he switches on the post player. When they go that small, because they play small ball, he switches on the post a lot. Like, ain't no centers just moving him.
James Harden's not a small dude.
No, and he's not weak. Like,
Yeah.
So that's a good point, Chad.
Hey, man, but yeah, I know y'all in Texas. I mean, you and Rangers. I mean, the Rangers out there, but what's the vibe on the Astros? You know, America hates them. I mean, me as a Red Sox fan, I kind of want to see it just because everyone's hating on them. I ain't got a dog in the fight. And for baseball, I think that would be the best storyline, is to get a team who just completely got trashed for cheating to come back and do it without all that.
Yeah.
Is there a buzz in Texas, like in the Dallas area over Houston, or is it more just like a Southern Texas thing?
Well, for me, because the Rangers ain't really doing nothing over here like in Dallas. But as far as, I mean, Houston, they obviously, surprisingly, I mean, they're in there, and it's looking like they might be able to sneak and get back to the World Series. So
They not going to the World Series, but I don't think it's been a buzz. To answer your question, I don't think so. Like,
at least not out here.
I think it was like at the beginning of the season, like when it was still big, when they were still hitting guys and stuff like that. But I think it kind of died off.
Because if fans were able to go,
Then I think it would
100%.
Yeah, I think it
100%.
would have lasted longer with fans in the crowd.
Because didn't they in spring training? I think it was, because didn't we have spring training for a little bit? Then the season canceled or something like that?
Yeah,
Because that was
they
like
shut it down.
right, yeah. And so, and I remember when they had went to, I don't know who they played, but they got the first little taste of it, where throwing stuff and throwing stuff on the fans and all that stuff. So
The signs,
I mean,
everything.
exactly. Oh, so, yeah. So, but we as far as out here,
Yeah, I mean, plus you got the Cowboys. Once the Cowboys started, everything else is irrelevant.
exactly.
This is true.
Yeah,
And that's the thing too, because with the Cowboys, they're getting like 12,000, 17,000, 20,000 fans, something like that. So I think the most in the league. So I mean, but what's crazy?
That's just
But
how
what's
we do.
crazy? Houston don't have no fans.
No, it's because it's countywide. It's not state.
I know, which is crazy. You would think it's state, but yeah, Chad. Other than that, man, you got anything before we get out of here?
Nah, man. I guess I'll just see y'all soon, neighbors. Man, you know.
Oh yeah, Chad. Chad is another one that got a podcast cooking up. So I'm gonna stay on you. I'm gonna call you out anytime you're on. I'm gonna call you out until the podcast comes. Do you already have a name for the podcast?
Nah, man. Yeah. So I used to have one a couple years ago. Me and a couple of my boys. It was called the Slum Busters, and we did about like 6 months worth. We did Jamal's camp. We got to interview some people there. Cruz was there. I kind of didn't really want to bug him or whatever, but we had Eric Green. He used to play for the Nuggets for a little bit. We actually traded Gobert for him. But anyways, yeah, we did it for a little bit.
Wait, who's the GM out there?
But everyone started working and, kind of fell off. But watching y'all and just enjoying what you guys are doing just kind of motivated me to get back. And, right now, Marlon, I told you, I kind of got some things going on, listening to the house and stuff, so I got to wait a little bit. But I'll get on, man. Like I said, if not, I might be on next year's episode live from Dallas, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He may move to McKinney, so
Hey,
we'll
right
see.
up the road.
Yeah.
Right up the road from Marlon. It's a little drive for me. Like,
Yeah.
we about to end this as soon as you get off the phone because I got to get back. I'm too old for this to be driving at
Man, I
night.
appreciate y'all, man.
Hey, no problem, man. We'll talk soon, Chad.
Good talking to you, bro.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Woo, man, that was an episode. And the bad part is a few people we weren't able to get on. They were like, "Oh yeah, squeeze me in." Damon being one of them, and I had to tell Ali, like, "Look, man, we running on 2 hours right now, so I'd rather get you on another time. We could spend a little more time, touch on some more topics, and just do that." So, but we got it's been going on for a little hot one. Plus, obviously, Padres and Dodgers on. Got to watch the rest of the Lakers game. So, Other than that,
One more
you got?
time, man. Jersey Junkyard, specializing in bringing the best in quality jerseys and hats as well. Not just jerseys, t-shirts, hats, custom fan gear for you. Committed to making the process quick and enjoyable, finding the right fit for you, man. Jersey Junkyard 2020 on Instagram. Mike Newenswander on Facebook. Hit up me and Marlon if you need that information. 10% off with the code hashtag Marlon vs. Marlon. Appreciate you guys, man.
Appreciate y'all, man. We'll see y'all next week. I almost said we out.
You say peace.
I know. I almost said we out. Peace.
We out.
So you can shop into the mall, brag, tell your friends what I bought you. If you couldn't see yourself.